Hello, and welcome to the book that's writing itself. Got the window open. I'm watching cartoons. I wish I could have it up, but it's all these rules. August 2024, the book that's writing itself. This is basically, things that I hear, visions, and no, I'm not paranoid or schizophrenic. I do have anxiety, but sometimes, things come true, and people that are paranoid or schizophrenia, they don't have things that come true. Have you ever heard of them say, oh, anyway. Okay, August 2024, keep me overnight. I need to stop doing this. This is going to get worse. Leave. He figured out you were sick, so he doesn't have to treat you. Okay, so now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. We're getting down to this medical stuff. You won't be here in 6 months. That's true. That came to pass by my choice, actually. Okay, surgery in incompetent, terminate. She won't believe you. I've been good. Sworn affidavit. Follow the paper trail tomorrow. Delete. So what they did, and I'm almost positive this happened, is I had, like, for getting medical, they wanted my financial information. So, and they're allotted to go, they went through allotted like 3 months, but they wanted 5 months. But I think they went further back than that, which they broke the law. And to see my whereabouts, okay? And of course, they don't think I know this, but anyway. And it says, you won't go quietly. No. Well, I usually skedaddle before the shit hits a fan. And it's coming up pretty soon here. I wish that this was more, it's kind of dark. I kind of liked it when I was like sitting over there by the refrigerator. Oh, that's a little better. It's so dark. Nothing too exciting. I should have the background over there of that Monument Valley. Okay, you should be thanking me. No. Scapegoat. I see, or something like that. I don't know. Vision last night, a woman. You are my family. She thinks she is moving in. Then she kisses a guy on the cheek. She has a crush on him. It seems to be mainly guys around working on the rental team. Okay, so there was this woman, I can't remember what she looked like, but she had a crush on one of the guys that worked there in the rental thing. And whatever, she'd give him a kiss on the cheek, which is kind of a little too forward, but anyway, that's what she did. In the vision. Did the vision happen? I don't know. This is the lighting isn't that good. I have to leave. Pull some strings. You're going to be surprised where you end up. Okay, so this is the 18th, August 18th. So I have tried several times to go to a higher populated city, but I think that is blocked. Anytime, there's only 2 cities that I've ever lived in that I've lived there twice. But whenever I try to go back to a city, all the other ones, they're blocked. I can't, for whatever reason, I don't know why. I never go back, except for those 2 cities, which I won't mention. So anyway, and I tried 2 or 3 times to get in the city. And the other issue was, it was a shared, I think it was a shared kitchen. Well, I don't know about kitchen, but it was shared bathroom, and I would really need my own bathroom because I had issues with that before, and I had to move. But it would have been okay, temporary, because my medical is down in that area. But anyway, and then this place came up on the same day as that other place. If I would have known what I know now, I would have taken the other place. But I didn't know. I thought, well, with my medical conditions, I wouldn't be able to be there. I would have to use the bathroom all the time, so I would have to have some kind of toilet, and I would stink up the place or whatever in my in my room or whatever. I have a disability. She isn't even a resident. Skip. Go home with somebody. Okay, that's not me. Trying to get his attention, sleeping in front of his door. Give me a reason to stay. Get out of D. So, Thursday mandatory, they don't want you traveling. I totally forgot about this. So what I saw it was some guy who was in the same city that I was trying to get into. He was sitting at his desk. He looked like some kind of pompous ass or whatever. He was just not. So get out of D. I know where that's at. I was there for a little bit. And that's another city that I lived. And I think that what they wanted me to do was be closer to this other city for medical. But, what could I do if something's blocked? And I did try 2 or 3 times. And I even went down there, and then the lady was like, well, I know of somebody else who will take it. They just don't, whatever. They don't want you traveling. Yes, I know. So then what do? What happens when I stop? They make a mess about everything. I've been careless with a delicate man discharged. They know about it. Know about what? Room, okay. Make me last. I don't want to lose me. I have a surprise for them, or from them. He wants you to stay, Vision. I am sitting in a room, and across from me, I say something. I was like, come on, some word, pretend like I rate Monday, over exaggerate, pretend that I am your sister. I got caught red-handed, bribe, leave. Okay, so I've seen that before. Something about, I'm like kind of like your sister or whatever. And I completely forgot about that. Destruct, drag you there. That didn't happen. I took off. Well, I didn't take off. I had identity theft. My wallet was stolen and my other stuff, so I left like a bat out of hell. And I didn't have like any cash or anything on me. So I had, what else could I do? And I think the place where I was staying, I think it might have happened there, to be honest. But anyway, so I had to get my transportation ticket. I had to get that through. I think I used PayPal, actually. I shouldn't say that, but anyway. Reschedule, rescind, new clothes, went back further. Abuse of power, leaving at the end of the month. Yeah, it's like, these things with this clothes, I've been, whatever, because new clothes, well, then that means that I don't have to, I left a lot of my clothes. Actually, most of my clothes I got, I can't think of the name of that website that I was, ThredUp. But now I can't get on ThredUp, and I've even contacted them, and I don't know why. And so most of those clothes are gone, and then I had my stuff in storage, and I couldn't bring all those clothes cross country. Everything's replaceable. So, I have a right to have good clothes, because then I don't have to, it's hard for me to get transportation sometimes and to go here and there, like a thrift store or whatever. Then I would have to get a ride. So that's the thing. Anyway, I trusted you. You won't talk to him. Ban. So get him out of there. It happened for a reason. Why did she leave? Trick or tick, something like that. Tickle, trait for answer. Okay. He touched your soul. You will never see him again. Okay. So I've noticed that the people that I trusted, I am too trusting in general. I was just thinking about that today. I'm trying to get this to be, it's so like whatever. I'm too trusting, and you would think that at my age that I wouldn't be. I would be a little more, I am to a certain extent, but I just think that people there's certain people that I think that I can automatically trust, and that, that's not always the case. And I even had my youngest brother say, he told me this a long time ago. He goes, you don't even know the difference between who's your friend and your enemy. And he's correct, because I'll sit there and people that I think I can trust are telling all kinds of information about me. I think, knock on wood. I'm not sure, but that's confidential. So anyway, and I felt like, well, I have nothing really to hide, so why not just tell them everything? I'm not like intentionally trying to break the law. I'm trying to survive here. And so anyway, with minimum help, by the way. So there's several people that I've like, you'll never see him again. And there's somebody else that I'll never see again. And this wicked witch out there, I pray to God I never have to see her again, knock on wood. I could have been gone. So what that meant is I think I was going to travel somewhere or go somewhere, and then my wallet got stolen. So, and that rarely, I've traveled all over the United States, and I've never really had anything. I meant little things now there, but I don't even know how it happened, because I just don't know. I had one of those slide things or whatever that you put on your back, and I was always watching my stuff. And so I don't know. I just don't know. And so now one of those things I won't buy again, because, it's in the back, and, I still don't know to this day who got it and where the backpack was. I'm sitting at a desk with a lady across from me. Okay, and this is another thing too. I sit there and I want to go somewhere, and then I make plans, and then something comes up. And so I have decided that I'm done with the state. Basically because they have screwed me over royally, okay? It's repeating itself like how it was out east. And out east, it was the holidays, and I came back here, and then I got stuck. I basically, my flight was, I had to reschedule, but I couldn't get back in time enough to pay the rent, and then whatever. And it was like $300, $400 just to get back to a place that I didn't like. So I just, I typed them and I said medical, which is true. Because I was under surveillance for cancer, and they were like, I don't know, they weren't going to send me to the thing for the cancer surveillance. And a year later to the date, I found out that I had cancer at the early stages. But, God only knows what would have happened if I would have stayed. They did another test, they would do that, but this other one, so, their medical was kind of limited. Okay, so now it says, I am sitting at a desk with a lady across from me. It was in the evening, and a light was on. I could not see her face in the dream. I told her I didn't mean to do it. It just happened. Cover for him. I wanted to thank him. They can slow me down, but they cannot stop me. Go up there. Confront him. Tell them everything. Trick. Believe you. She's good at it, or whatever. Catch him. They know he's stealing. Conveniently leave. So yeah, they can slow me down, but they can't stop me. It's getting harder to kind of travel. I've mentioned this or whatever. It's just kind of getting old. I'm getting old, but it's just it's not as fun as it used to be. And, it kind of can be quite pricey. I'm good at, kind of budgeting and stuff like that if I really want to do something. But there's not a whole heck of a lot of places that I really want to go see. And there's places that I've seen over and over again, and I don't know if I really want to, see the same stuff. Um, so they know he's stealing, conveniently leave. Well, I think they figured out who ripped me off. I don't know who it was. Conveniently leave. Yeah, that does look suspicious, but I had no place to go. I mean, I couldn't go back to where I was because I think that's where the wallet was stolen. I didn't have a cent to my name. And so I called my friend, okay, and I basically left. I meant, what else was it? I didn't know what else to do. I didn't want to go back there. And I did file a police report with that. Okay, so September 2000, am I still in September? Take time off of work. They know him, turn him in, trying to shut you down. Okay, so, this is just so, that's why I'm sitting there saying that I won't take another apartment in this state, because they're just horrible out here. A lot of the stuff that has happened would never occur in any other place that I've lived, and I've complained about that, not to this, but just in general. But it's like, they act like, some of these people, they just act like, they assumed you're guilty. They don't even know your circumstances. And, then they gang up on you. And it's like, hello, innocent until proven guilty, but it's the other way around here. But I don't have a criminal record, not gonna lie. So, I may screw things up, but, I don't intentionally try to break the law. Anyway, take it away from you. You're an a-hole. Disorderly conduct. Oh, okay. Similar to August at doctor's office. All sorts of crimes. Tormented. At least I'd have a roof over my head. My name shining armor. So I don't know what they were thinking of putting me or placing me. He'll admit to liking you. We could have been friends. I'm having second thoughts. Walk away. Will you marry me? Oh, that's right. Use him. I would never do that to you. But have you go all the way to it's someplace beginning with the letter A. Unexpected. Realizing you're in DR, I don't know. Keep tabs on you. Change your plans. He wants something from you. Press charges. Hide me. Reject him. Affair. I don't know who this guy is. Worse than thought. He'll help you. Do it back to them. How has she lasted this long? He let you down. Well, I mean, the reason why that I've lasted this long, I'm sorry about all this not being the best thing, but I don't want to redo it. I just want it done. I don't know how. I would just say by God, because God lets me know what's going on. Sometimes I don't know, is that happening? Did that happen? Whatever, and even the dreams. But I'm forewarned of things. And so, I think I mentioned, 2024, I have no idea how, when I look back on what I did and where I was, I don't know how I did it. I really don't. I get overwhelmed thinking about it. And I don't think I could pull it off now. I could, but the problem is I would get more tired. I mean, I used to be able to just kind of go and maybe spend, like, if I'm going to go somewhere, I have to spend the night at a hotel, not one night, but two, so I can rest. I can't just go and, fly by the hair of my pants or whatever you call it. And it's just, I don't know if I mentioned it in this video. It's just a different time now, because like when I was in my 20s, I mean, I was adventurous. I'd be like, just show up and, and everything would be fine and blah, blah, blah. In Vegas, first time I went to Vegas, the hotel was like $30, and now, I mean, that's nothing. I mean, you can't get $30 for a hotel anywhere there. But that's like most places. But I mean, now they have the hotel, and then they have the resort fee. So, unless you want to stay at a hotel, which doesn't charge a resort fee, then, but, so it's just different, I mean, I could just show up and wing it. And I think I was mentioning something about this in one of my dreams I had, but But it's just, it's just a different time. And then back then, they would let you, like, if you had a bus or a train or whatever to catch in the morning, they let you, stay there or whatever, as long as you have a ticket. But and just like if they think you're homeless, like I know there's certain parts of New Mexico, I know that they would let you stay there. I mean, I think I did that, just kind of stand outside waiting for the train or whatever it was. This is years ago, but they probably won't let you do that now, because they're so, if you're not bothering anybody and you're being honest, say, yeah, I'm catching a train and blah blah blah, and other things or whatever. It's a different story, but anyway. So that's that. My glasses on. I can't see without these things. So I realized that I keep getting like interested in people that are not available, which is kind of weird because usually I'm not like interested in anybody. So I don't know why that keeps happening, but anyway. And then I look back and I'm like, why did I like that person? I have absolutely no idea. I mean, it's not this person that I'm talking about here. I liked him, but I didn't really like him. But I've been noticing that and I don't know why. I think I'm just want some attention, because I used to have like a bunch of guy friends, and I don't really have too many friends. I have like a couple, but all my guy friends have just kind of, they're gone. Okay, so September, take time off of work. They know, okay, we already did this. Okay. Turn off, adamant. They got rid of you. Rose said if you go into whatever, you can't come back here for 14 days. So I think I was banned. They don't know what to do with you. Meet somewhere. There is something strange going on here. Something doesn't feel right. You made him laugh. Vision of former advocate talking on screen to someone he playfully teasing him. I thought about in a couple of months, Bro mentioned about needing help in a couple of months, share. Move you, birthday, 1 year anniversary, sober, not me. I don't know what that was about. Knowing situation, start stealing, accomplish. No, I meant I wasn't stealing. Vision, I see me, and okay, whatever, and tying shoes, whatever, is a joke. He'll stand up for you. They broke the law. Well, at least this advocate, he was, his heart was always in the right place to help me, I think, And I have a piece of paper in my hand, and I ask, is any of this true? So what I did, where I was at, I was having visions of going back to this place and then, bringing my dreams and saying, is any of this true? Because I've never really done that. I mean, I've never said, oh, is this true? Is this true? Does this come to pass? Because, they're going to think I'm a Looney Tune, which partially is true. But some of it does come true, and how do I know unless I ask them, right? On September, whatever, it's almost like I am astral travel. Okay, there we go. Through my dreams, which isn't uncommon. However, what is uncommon is that once I leave a place, I rarely keep having dreams of the people and the place. That's true. As if I'm still there or popping in there through a dream, sitting duck. They'll pay for it. He won't sign it, contributing to your death. What the F does that mean? So I think that they were going to do something. I don't know what it was. It was a sworn affidavit. They broke the law, and then they have the sworn affidavit that they went and got all this information without my permission. I think that was what was going on. And vision, all I see is a white aura glowing from a person. Late afterwards, I came back to my room and smelled flowers. Okay, this is September. or potpourri. That is true, and they say I've heard that if you smell flowers, it's a sign that there's that a deceased one is trying to communicate with you. And this is September 16th, and my mom's birthday, who's passed on, is September 26th. But that was really weird because I don't know if I've ever smelled like flowers like that. Or it's been a long time, smelling flowers, and there's no flowers there. Let's see, a spirit guide or even an angel. Then the scent of a pleasant smelling flowers is a good sign that you're not alone, you're being protected, and someone on the other side wants to communicate with you. Prior to this, I heard We Need to Talk, podcast from iHeart. In the wrong place at the wrong time, you'll never see him again. Some guy following her, a serial killer, your killer. So you finally caught the Dodger. You are one of those. She's good at it. So, I don't know. I don't know if I really want to. That's kind of enough. This is kind of long with this. So yeah, sometimes I don't really tell anybody that I'm the Dodger. I mean, that's not what I'm under Blue Girl Dream Journal, and it isn't spelled correctly. But for months, for years, I've dodged things. And I don't really know the consequences of dodging, but it's dodging destruction. I'm going somewhere. I just won it over, trying to pin a crime on me, providing fabricated evidence, testing. He messed with the wrong person. Don't show up. Outsmart them, spill the beans, jeopardize my health, double. Neither. Choose M or deities, I don't know. I didn't tell anyone, start to cry, web of lies, $400 in awe. The way she talks, wealth, you are valuable to them, G-rated, related. If you mess with her, she cleaned herself up. She is a gold mine, 20, withhold payment. Yeah, I've seen it before. And I don't know if this is me that they're talking about, she cleaned herself up because I never was dirty. Anyway, can I see? Don't expect me to stay in this state. Protection spread to the brain, ? Vision. Well, I was right about the cancer spreading, and a year later it did. I am walking in a large open room. I throw a notebook down onto the floor and say, read it. And I'm talking about my journals. I got 4 or 5 of them, at least I think 4 thick ones that I've documented. Steal it back from them, notoriety. Late at night, who is that? Who is going to stop me? In real life, I saw this when I was in the backyard. Vision, 2 cops, 1 male with dark hair, and the other female show up in my backyard. Come get me. It never happened. This is talking about that one city that I mentioned in the last one about a testimony about what happened, about me kind of turning towards God for help when something came up. They can't win. How did she know we were coming? Penance, interview. That never came to pass. See, that's why I sit there and I say the book that it's writing itself. He won't be happy to see you. Who's that? It was their air. So I get that word air. Meltdown. She was in danger. She messed up more than once. She doesn't like to clean. Asked to help clean nephew's apartment. I will, witness doctor's appointment, worse in Washington, or WA. I couldn't do it. Was thinking of a person beginning with the letter S. A male voice says she is lying to get out of there, or is it he is lying to get her out of there? Intervene. That sucks. Too sick to travel. They have a place for you. You won't like it. Hitch a ride. That's cancer. What I saw with that is I saw someone looking at a screen of tests that I did, and they pointed to that's cancer. It's gone on too long. I will have the last laugh. They know you. Many years ago, I heard what a former therapist said to me while on the phone. You are crazy. I personally wouldn't go that far. Then I thought they have dibs on you, so not for sure what that all means. I thought dibs, where are my things, items, not people. Okay, so I think what that was about is they're going to sit there and say, instead of giving me a job like they were supposed to give me 100 years ago, okay, You know, they just want to, and I think I mentioned this before, they want to put me in a puzzle factory, or, you know, because of my age, let it just turn, I'll just put her there. And that's just not me, because, you know, this is probably the only state that would do that. Because any other place, they wouldn't do that. I mean, they wouldn't be unfair like that. And you know, you gotta see a therapist and other people before you just can't just do it. Okay, so that's it, and thank you for watching. Wow, it was like 30 minutes.